Hello everyone, this is Mr. Brain Junkie here, and today we'll be talking about a science fiction film called Bravestorm. Be ready for some spoilers ahead. In the year of 2050, Earth has been taken over by aliens, but humanity has not given up the fight against the invaders. A man called Koji is running away from the aliens' attacks while managing to steal critical information from the enemies. Before the human can get away, he's eventually locked onto by a missile which launches towards him and knocking him across the field. Luckily, Koji manages to recover from the attack and quickly escapes the battlefield. At the same time, the man's friends are working on a plan to end this terrible war, and Koji's sister Haruka begins sensing her brother while using her psychic abilities. The people quickly let the man in, as Koji is finally able to acquire the aliens' most powerful technology. However, even with the enemy's designs, the humans can never defeat the aliens, as most of humanity has already been killed. Their only chance to win is to go back in time and preventing the invasion from happening in the first place. The people quickly open up a portal towards the past, and Koji is forced to say goodbye to his friends before jumping into the doorway alongside his siblings. On the other side, in the year of 2013, a scientist called Kenichiro is working on his thesis, but soon notices a portal opening inside his house. The man is shocked to see the appearance of the strangers from nothing but air, while demanding to know how they got here. Koji hears this and quickly tells his brother Kozo to scan the scientist and make sure that the man is not an alien in disguise. After realizing that they're safe, the people explain that they're actually from the future and they need the scientist to build a weapon for them to stop the upcoming war. 5 years later, a young man whose name is Ken is a professional boxer, but instead of going for the championships, he prefers to make his money in the underground boxing arena instead. The man is obviously a skilled fighter, as he goes up against a much bigger opponent while managing to evade the attacks and quickly knocking out the competition in a single strike. However, instead of getting paid right away, he decides to take on a second fight, not realizing that Koji is watching him from inside the crowd. Ken goes towards the second opponent while not being very impressed by the fighter's physique. He quickly launches a barrage of punches towards the man, but is surprised that the attacks are not effective at all, while only causing the opponent to smile. Koji immediately realize that the aliens are here, while the enemy launches a counterattack that knocks the man flying across the room. The crowd is shocked by what just happened, while the opponent continues hitting the boxer without mercy and turning him into the most durable punchbag in human history. The man eventually knocks the fighter onto the floor and begins unleashing a flurry of punches, while Ken's friend rushes over and slams the enemy right on the neck. Surprisingly, the opponent turns out to be a robot in disguise who kills the friend immediately right in front of everyone. This greatly angers Ken, who strikes the enemy furiously while knocking off the opponent's head and terminating the android at the same time. All the people begin running in fear after witnessing the horrific incident, but three mysterious men decide to stay behind, which Kozo is able to identify as actual aliens in disguise. The enemies quickly rush towards the fighter and apprehends the man immediately while pointing a laser towards his face to end the man's life. Luckily, Koji is able to intervene just in time and begins killing the enemies by using his gun. This allows Ken to escape from the area as he quickly rushes downstairs, not realizing that more alien creatures are chasing after him as well. Very soon, the man is forced into a corner by the hideous monster, who begins transforming into its true form and preparing to end the human's life. However, Ken is quickly rescued by a car driven by Kozo, who tells the man to come in right now if he wants to live. The people immediately escapes away from the area, while Kozo explains that Ken was supposed to die right there, but they were able to change the future just like they planned. What they don't realize is that their vehicle is being followed, while a second android goes to investigate what happened as he transfers the data towards a mysterious creature. It turns out that the alien is from a species known as the Kilgis, and the mastermind behind behind this whole plan. The creature has grown a large army of clones inside its base to take over the Earth, and also built a giant robot to destroy the human race as well. At the same time, the people have made it towards the hideout as they quickly go inside the building, and the team explains to Ken that they're actually from the future. They tell the man that the people who tried to kill him are in fact aliens and wanted to eliminate him due to his potential threat to their plan. However, Ken has trouble believing such outlandish claims, and Haruka is forced to use her psychic ability to demonstrate what happened in her timeline. The woman is able to transfer the man's mind into her own memories, where the entire human race is nearly wiped out. She tells the man that this will be his future as well if they don't stop the giant robot which the aliens have built. It turns out that the massive machine is called the Black Baron, and it's a powerful weapon with the ability to terraform Earth. The gas it produces is suitable for the aliens to breathe in, but the same mixture will kill a normal human within minutes. Haruka eventually brings the man to the laboratory where the team has constructed a giant robot from the aliens' design that Koji stole while calling it the Red Baron. They tell the man that the aliens' robot will be completed in 3 years, and they have to start training Ken right now to combine his boxing experience with piloting the giant machine. However, before their conversation can finish, they quickly notice that the alarms are sounding and realize that the aliens have already found their hideout. The enemy cyborg immediately notices that the Red Baron is underground and begins using a giant laser that shoots out a powerful beam to destroy the robot by penetrating the floor. Realizing that they're in danger, Koji immediately suits up to stop the enemies, while the doctor begins powering up the Red Baron so they can escape the area. Koji eventually makes it onto the surface and quickly fires at the enemies, but the cyborg begins attacking the man right away while quickly managing to gain the upper hand. The human tries furiously to fight back, but his suit is no match for the enemy's strength, which causes him to be knocked away into the walls. This allows the alien cyborg to take out his gun and fires directly into the man while causing Koji tremendous pain. At the same time, the doctor finally finished preparing the giant robot and tells the others to board the machine immediately. However, the scientist must stay behind to guide the launching system for his teammates so that they can make it out alive. Very soon, the hatch begins to open on the roof while the others have made it onto the giant robot, and Ken quickly goes into the seat as he starts piloting the machine for the first time. The Red Baron eventually begins levitating into the air as it blows through the roof of the building. Koji sees that the robot is leaving and quickly sprints towards his friends while managing to grab onto the machine in the last moment. The people blast into the atmosphere as they disappear into the sky, while the robot's cloaking device makes them completely vanish from the enemy's radar. The humans eventually make it into a dense forest where they conceal the robot inside the trees, but Ken is completely clueless as to how he can stop the alien invasion. Luckily, Dr. Kenichiro has built an AI of himself inside the Red Baron's interface, who's able to help train the man to pilot the giant robot. To their surprise, the computer suggests that they must go to the moon first, as the lunar gravity allows for better training while concealing their location at the same time. Very soon, the people begin feeling a vibration inside the building and quickly runs out to investigate, only to see that the Red Baron is taking off into the sky once again. On the other side, the alien cyborg has returned back to his base while revealing that the enemies have captured the doctor as well. What's even worse, the aliens have also taken the blueprint from the future, which has helped them finish building the giant robot a lot sooner than expected. This allows the enemies to begin mobilizing the Black Baron and getting ready for the invasion, as they plan on destroying the human race as quickly as possible. What the aliens don't realize is that Ken has been training non-stop inside his giant robot while adjusting his fighting reflexes to the massive machine. Very soon, the citizens of Tokyo began seeing something very strange as two gigantic metals maneuver across the river. The strange sightings has quickly made it onto the news while alerting Kozo and his brother at the same time. This makes Koji realize that the future must have changed once again, which gives him no choice but to fight the Black Baron all by himself. Luckily, his brother was able to build him a new suit, which will increase increase his powers even more than before. At the same time, Ken has also received the terrible news from Earth, which makes him realize that he has to return to the planet immediately. Very soon, the Black Baron begins breaking the infrastructures on land as it appears onto the surface like a giant kaiju while causing terror throughout the city. The military is forced to react immediately as the fighter jets fire numerous missiles towards the enemy. However, the attacks are not effective at all as the giant robot shoots out its laser and destroying the planes like nothing but insects. The Black Baron eventually begins using its rocket booster and propelling itself into the air while heading directly towards the city streets. The massive machine begins maneuvering towards the capital while causing tremendous damage in the process and destroying everything in its path. Luckily, Koji is able to make it onto the nearby building alongside his new and improved armor. The man quickly leaps into the air and eventually landing onto the enemy while trying to cause as much damage towards the robot as possible. This forces the Black Baron to retaliate while Koji tries desperately to hang on, but the robot quickly slams the man onto a building which causes him to drop down onto the ground. Before the giant machine can kill the human, numerous missiles are launched towards the enemy and revealing that the Red Baron is finally here to save humanity from being destroyed. Ken takes the chance and quickly fires even more bombs towards the alien robot while causing huge explosions on the enemy's body as the Red Baron prepares to fight like a boxer. At the same time, Koji is confronted by the alien cyborg once again, but this time the man is prepared for his enemy unlike before. The two charges towards each other and begins exchanging blows furiously, but Koji is able to gain the upper hand while knocking the opponent flying across the field. This forces the cyborg to take out his weapon and shooting numerous shots towards the human, but Koji manages to dodge the attacks and cut off the enemy's arm. The man quickly kicks the opponent away while shooting countless bullets towards the enemy, which completely destroys the cyborg as a result. Meanwhile, the giant robots continues fighting each other while causing earthquakes with every strike that they throw. However, Ken's reflexes are proven to be superior as the Red Baron dodges the enemy's attacks while delivering a devastating punch that knocks the opponent backwards. The human takes the chance and continues striking the alien's robot, but the tide quickly changes as the enemy begins activating its shield, which manages to repel the Red Baron's attacks. This forces Ken to launch the missiles once again, but the bombs are no longer effective anymore. The opponent continues knocking the Red Baron backwards, while all the robot's attacks are completely nullified by the enemy's defense. The AI sees this and tells Ken that the source of the enemy's power is being generated from a nearby base, and they have to destroy the generator in order to shut off the shields. Luckily, Haruka is able to teleport away using her psychic abilities and taking Koji alongside her while they make it into the enemy's hideout. The two decides to split up immediately as Koji eventually arrives into a giant laboratory that's filled by alien clones. Before the creatures can hatch from the containers, the man quickly takes out his weapon and begins shooting towards the incubators. This causes huge explosions that completely destroys all the alien clones as a result. At the same time, Haruka has also encountered the hideous monsters, but surprisingly, the woman calmly takes out her sword and destroys the enemy in a single strike. However, the girl quickly realized that more aliens have surrounded her from all sides as they fire furiously towards the girl, but Haruka is able to deflect the lasers like a Jedi Master. This gives her the chance to attack the monsters immediately as she completely annihilates the enemies by turning them into alien sashimis. On the other side, Koji has finally found the generator and quickly destroys the machine, which immediately shuts off the Black Baron's shields. This allows Ken to fire the missiles once again and severely damaging the enemy's robot as a result. Just before they can finish the fight, the alien quickly reveals that Dr. Kenichiro is actually the one piloting the Black Baron, as the enemies have turned the scientist into their slave. Ken is forced to stop attacking immediately as he doesn't want to hurt his friend, while the man is forced to watch the enemy escape. At the same time, Koji is eventually able to find the alien's mastermind and immediately tries to kill the creature, but only to realize that it's nothing but a hologram. This means that the alien was never inside the base, which makes them question question the true whereabouts of the enemy. Luckily, Haruka is able to solve this mystery as she manages to find Dr. Kenichiro inside the enemy's space, which makes Kozo realize that the one piloting the robot must be an imposter. Very soon, the Black Baron begins to transform as it gets ready to terraform the Earth at the same time, while Kozo tells Ken that the Doctor was never inside the enemy's robot. Realizing that he's been tricked, the man powers up the Red Baron right away and sending it into the air while launching directly towards the enemy. Ken eventually arrives in front of the alien's robot as he begins charging up tremendous amounts of energy before releasing everything directly onto the Black Baron. This causes tremendous damage towards the alien as it overwhelms the enemy's robot and completely destroying it as a result. Very soon, Ken begins to notice that Haruka has made it out with all his friends, while the Doctor congratulates the man for everything that he's done. However, what the people didn't expect was for the alien to somehow survive the explosion, while Koji questions why the creature decided to invade Earth. Surprisingly, the alien only came here because humanity is very close to destroying itself, and it wouldn't be wrong to kill off a species that doesn't even care about its own life. After hearing the creature's last words, Koji kills the alien immediately while asserting that mankind's future is for humanity to decide. The people eventually all gather onto the Red Baron as they watch over the sunset while promising to protect the world from any future threats that may appear. What the humans don't realize is that their actions have actually made a different timeline, as the original future was never changed, meaning that the resistance fighters are still alive. This also means that terrible dangers from the future can now cross over towards the other side, as the real battle is only just beginning. So what do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.